TCI Channel 63 presents the TCI Sports High School Basketball Game of the Week.
Tonight, it's the Oakland County Slam Dunk and Three-Point Contest. Hello, everyone. Dave Zorn along with Joe Abramson here at Troy High School. And, Joe, this is really the finale of the 1994-95 season here with some great athletes playing basketball and really showing off their talents here.
Oh, yeah, the state finals are completed. This is really all there is left except for some seniors to get into some all-star games and such. But this is the individual thing. The three-point contest, you look for the guys that can get hot quick. The dunk contest, you look for the guys that can combine a little bit of finesse with a lot of power and get the crowd into it as well.
Okay, the first thing we'll be seeing is the three-point shooters, and we've got some great names coming up.
I'll tell you, we saw Jeff Jacob pile up 25 points, which is, I think, the record here anyway in the first round. You got Rashad Phillips from Ferndale who can hit from anywhere on the floor. If he gets hot, watch out. Some other guys in the finals that are streak shooters, and streak shooters who get hot tend to win these things. Guys like Jim Spadafor from Country Day, Drew Hayes from Seaholm. These are guys that might score 10, might score 30. You just don't know. They're the kind to watch out for in this sort of contest.
Okay, and then on the other side, we've got the very exciting slam dunk contest.
Yeah, and for the first time since this event has been originated, we got the defending champ back, Dave Bowens from Country Day, the top football player in the state, one of the top basketball players. He was throwing down some serious stuff in the prelims. Look for him, look for Shane Battier from Country Day, Jason Weber from Country Day, and a couple of Southfield Lathrop guys, Mike Chapelle, who happens to be in both contests, and Craig Urquhart, who was going crazy in the prelims as well.
Okay, so there you have the build-up for tonight's show, and we'll be back right after these messages for the kickoff.
Oakland Press Perspective with Neil Monroe is an informative talk show that discusses issues often overlooked by broadcast stations. Neil Monroe, the editor of the Oakland Press newspaper, will keep you abreast on hot topics, events, and issues taking place in Oakland County. So for news you can use, join Neil Monroe every week on the Oakland Press Perspective, Friday night at 8:30 on TCI 63.
And welcome back to the Oakland County Slam Dunk and Three-Point Shootout. And now let's go over to our Master of Ceremonies, Joe Haas, to introduce our featured speaker.
Ladies and gentlemen, this evening's featured speaker is a coach and project director of the Winner's Circle. He'll be speaking about the abuse of alcohol and other drugs. Ladies and gentlemen, would you please welcome Pat Milkovich.
All right. All right, I'm ready to go. All right. I appreciate the opportunity to come here tonight and share with you some of my thoughts and I guess maybe my concepts and philosophies on what it takes to be successful. And we'll start if everybody could just give me a few minutes of quiet. All right, we'll do it anyway. I'm a wrestling coach. That's right. I grew up in Cleveland, Ohio, and I grew up in a wrestling family. My dad was my high school coach. His teams won 10 state championships. He placed second 8 times and took third 3 times in 25 years of coaching. All 3 of my older brothers were state champions. And when I was growing up, I had a map on my wall, and I looked at that map every day, and I often wondered if I was ever good enough to be a state champion, to be the very best at what I do. In 10th grade, I placed 5th in the state. 11th grade, I placed 3rd in the state. And I kept thinking to myself, I only have one more shot to be a state champion and maybe get looked at by a college coach and get an opportunity for a scholarship. My senior year, I finally won a state title. My three older brothers all went to college on full scholarship. I went to Michigan State as a walk-on with no scholarship and ended up being an NCAA champion my freshman year. And I'm not here to brag to you to tell you how good I was. What I'm here to tell you is that I'm a very average individual. The kids out here on this floor probably have a heck of a lot more talent than I could ever dream of having. I'm not a lot faster than anybody else. I'm not a lot stronger than anybody else. I didn't have different facilities to work out in. I wanted to be successful. And to me, success boils down to habits. Successful people develop good habits. People that aren't real successful do not have good habits. These kids out here, some of these kids you can see, they've got some great habits. You get in the habit of coming to practice on time. You develop a habit of going to all your classes, not skipping school. You get in the habit of working hard at practice. When I look at guys like Michael Jordan, I do a clinic down at the University of North Carolina every year. And I went in one day, the first opportunity I had, the first year I went down to North Carolina, I went in and talked to Dean Smith. And I asked Coach Smith about what it takes to be a champion. I asked him about some of the people he had there playing for him over the years, and in particular, a guy by the name of Michael Jordan. I says, Coach, what was he like? What type of man was he when he came in here to work out? How did he conduct himself on your campus? And Coach Smith said, there was rarely a time that he ever walked through that gymnasium that he didn't see Michael in there practicing something. Whether it was shooting from spots or whether it was practicing his dribbling or his skills at passing the ball, he was always doing something. Larry Byrd is another man who didn't have a whole lot of talent, but what he developed was good habits. He developed the habits of going to practice and working as hard as he could to make up for what talent he didn't really have. Some of you kids out here may go on to play in college. Some of you may go on to be in the pros. A lot of that's going to be predicated on the type of habits that you people develop. Whether you believe it or not, you guys are role models. How you conduct yourself in school, how you conduct yourself outside the classroom, how you handle discipline, how you follow rules, how you follow your code of conduct. You have the ability to influence other people, positively or negatively. You also have the ability to be influenced by other people. When I ask kids, how many kids want to be successful when I go across the state of Michigan and do this program, virtually everybody raises their hand. And then I ask them, what do you think it takes to be successful? It takes a tremendous amount of commitment. It takes a tremendous amount of discipline, sacrifice, suffering. Two things that are real easy to do in this world is quit and be average. It's easy to quit on your commitment. It's easy to quit when you get in practice and things get real hard and the coach asks you to do another wind sprint. Anybody can quit and anybody can be average. There's no challenge, there's no risk. It takes a lot of suffering, it takes a lot of sacrifice. And I'm gonna tell you something, guys. Your coach can't motivate you. Teachers can't motivate you. Parents can't motivate you. There's only one person who can do that, and that's you. If you don't want to come in and do the work, if you don't want to honor your code of conduct regarding drug and alcohol use, if you don't want to follow the rules, if you want to skip class and cut school, nobody can make that choice but you. If you guys think being cool and being part of the team is using drugs and drinking, you know what? It's going to pay back. You will get paid back for that. It might not be today, it might not be tomorrow, it might not be this week, this month, or this year, but somewhere down the road you're going to pay. Because you didn't do what you had to do to be the best. If you truly want to be the best, you'll go out and do whatever you need to do. If you need to stay a half hour after practice, you'll stay a half hour after practice. You need to come in early and do some sprints, you'll come in early and do the sprints. If you don't want to run hard, you ain't going to run hard. Nobody can make you do that but yourself. You don't want to listen to coach, you don't have to listen to coach. That's a choice that you kids make. If you guys think being cool and being a part of the team is going out and drinking, when you people know what the rules are and you know what the code of conduct is, then you're going to do it. Some of you kids I look forward to seeing playing in college. Some of you I look forward to seeing playing in the pros. But a lot of that's going to be dependent on you and how bad you want to do it. Because if you don't want to do it, nobody's going to do it for you. Okay? I'm going to wish all you kids good luck. And I want you to step back someday and take a look at where you are and where you want to be, and just what are you willing to do to get where you want to be. Because if you aren't willing to do it, don't complain about being average. If you aren't willing to make the sacrifices and to practice the suffering, the discipline and the work ethic that goes into being a champion, then don't complain. Don't point your finger at the coach. Don't point your finger at your parents. Don't point your finger at your teammates. Because if you can't do it, don't expect your teammates to do it. Because you guys influence the guys on your team. Some of you guys are the best players on your team. And if you're going to drink and you're going to party and you're going to mess around during a season, out of season, forget it. Because being a champion doesn't start the week before the championships. It doesn't start the first day of practice starts. It's every day of your life you're practicing to be a champion. I thank you guys for your attention. Appreciate it. Good luck to you and take care.
Great words from Pat Milkovich, not only to the players, but something we can all listen to there. And we'll be back with the finals in the three-point shootout right after these messages. Stay with us.
Where are Pat and Brad going to be this month? You'll find out on the next edition of Roadshow Video. Each month, Pat and Brad take you to a new and interesting location. Check out what Southeast Michigan has to offer and watch some of the best hit videos on television. That's Roadshow Video, Monday night at 9 on TCI 63.
And welcome back to Troy High School, where we are about to start the finals for the three-point shootout. And Joe, we've got some big names in here, as we mentioned in the open. And Joe Haas was ready to announce the players, but let's take a look at the rules real quick.
Basically the same thing that you see in the NBA contest every year. 5 racks, 5 balls, 25 shots, 1 point per ball. When you watch the NBA game and you see the red, white, and blue, we don't have a red, white, and blue ball here, but the last one's still 2 points, and you still get 60 seconds. And they're pretty tight on that clock. A lot of guys who aren't used to this sort of thing, that last rack, they've got 10 seconds left. They start just throwing them up, heaving them off. It's not easy to do, and it is a different motion trying to take the ball off a rack as opposed to shooting off the dribble or getting a pass. You see Rashad Phillips, who we saw during the regular season.
One of my favorite players.
A junior at Ferndale, a guy with what I like to call Marley range. You can put him anywhere this side of half court, he can make the shot. There's Jeff Jacob from Andover, another junior. He had the top score in the first round at 25. Which, as far as the finals go, Jasper Ocampo, in the first year they ever had this, had 25 from Bishop Foley. That's still the record. If he can match what he did, he'll share the record.
Yep.
And for what it's worth, the NBA record in the history of their contest is 25 as well.
Okay.
So you're not going to get much better than that.
There you go.
Rashad got that sleeve cut off. I noticed a couple of guys did that on their shooting hand. You know, you got to keep it loose.
Jeff Jacob at 25, and that guy right there, Rashad Phillips, had 21 points. And here we go. They both start off high.
Yeah, Jacob hits. And you see Jacob on the right side of your screen, Rashad Phillips on the left.
And they've both been cold ever since that first shot.
Yeah, and it's one of those things where, again, it's a different motion. To take a ball off a rack and to have to keep doing it is not the same as going off the dribble or catching a pass. Some guys have a little better knack for it, and you can't afford to take dribbles here because you've only got 60 seconds. And both guys right now are real good on time, especially Rashad Phillips. He's only got a rack left, 24 seconds left. Jeff Jacob might be pushing it when he gets to the final rack. But Rashad's got 12 right now on the final rack, 13. 13 points is not going to get it. 14. Here's the 2-point, which would give him 17. That would be a tough one to beat. 15 is his final. That has won it in the past.
It has, and the clock's still ticking down there for Jeff Jacob. Finally at the buzzer, can't get it.
Go from 25 to 5. That's a big, obviously a big downturn. Rashad Phillips, on the other hand, with 15 in 1993. Adam McCarthy from Walled Lake Central won the contest with 15 in the final round. So,
you
he's
see
still
Jim
in.
Feldkamp, who's in charge of everything there, as you see Jeff Jacob walking back. Jim Feldkamp putting this together for the Troy Community Coalition.
A lot of work. A lot of work.
A lot of work put into this. And here we see our next shooters.
Well,
And another favorite out there.
Yeah, Daryl Adams from Orchard Lake St. Mary on one side, and Casey Calusi from Berkeley High School.
And there you see Daryl Adams.
Daryl Adams was a finalist last year. I think he came in second or third. Another all-state running back from Orchard Lake St. Mary's won a state football championship. One of the picks, one of Cosmo's favorites to win this thing, but not his number one pick.
Both start out again. Calusi had 17 points, and Adams had 19 in the first round.
Of course, we mentioned Cosmo, the Oakland Press Sayer. His agent, Wayne Wilson, sitting near us, was throwing out T-shirts all over the place, gave basically everybody but us one.
Yeah, really. And we had scored 20 in our rec league, so I don't know why we didn't get it.
I scored 40 in warm-ups.
6-2 right now.
7, and Daryl Adams is getting it going from the top, and that's some guys get up top and never miss it. Right now, he's doing it.
And
12,
2 make
the
it
2-point
12.
ball.
Now Adams had come in second place last year and did a terrific job in that one.
And Casey Calusi on the other end is just not getting the shots to fall. He's going to fall in the same category as Jeff Jacob, not going to be able to finish it off. Daryl Adams going to the final rack with plenty of time to get all his shots off with good form, not having to rush anything. Up
and he's
to
already
18.
beat Phillips.
Yep, and this is a 2-pointer, and he's going to take his time, make sure he makes this, and it's short.
So 18 big points for Adams, and Adams now goes as the high scorer here in the finals.
Adams has 18. He is the leader in the clubhouse, as they say.
And some high scorers that he had 19 earlier, now 18. So a pretty good combination in the first 2 rounds for him. Now in the finals. Now we take a look. That
should be Kevin Bamanek we're looking at there.
At the visitor basket. And Dane Fife at the home basket.
And
we saw Dane in the game against Rochester.
And we're going to be seeing Dane for a while. He's a freshman.
And we will. And he showed great poise. And he shows great poise knocking down the first one. We also saw Bamanek too.
Yep. And it's kind of a close race between the two of them. And they're really, if you watch the NBA one, it's a cliche, but they're not playing against each other. They're playing against the entire field here.
Really battling the clock, too.
Yeah.
And both the shooters hot so far.
Yeah, Fife up to 7. Here's the 2-point ball to get to 9. And now if he can get hot from the top like Daryl Adams did, he's going to give him a run. Didn't hit the first one.
Fife really uses his legs. Watch how high up he gets on the jump shot.
And he's tall to start with. He's about 6'5". He doesn't have to wear his legs out as much as, say, a 6'2" pure jump shooter. By the time they get to the last rack, their legs are tired. That was one of the things they always said. Larry Byrd had the edge on winning the NBA contest because he was 6'9" and didn't have to shoot jump shots, and his legs never tired in the contest.
Clock running down now on Fife. He's the leader with 14 right now.
He's not going to get 15. Too many off.
And does that last one count? That's the thing.
He's got 15, and it wouldn't have mattered. He wasn't going to catch Daryl Adams. And Dane Fife's a guy who got a feeling he's going to be here 3 more times, most likely. And he'll probably remember that he might have won this. You never know what the finals are going to turn out to be. He ran out of time. He'll learn that. Fit for a freshman, though, to be just in the finals. I don't know how many times that's happened.
Yeah. Here our next shooter is William Martin from Waterford Mott High School, a senior at 6 feet.
One of the street shooters that we talked about.
And on the other side, Sean Harrington, Our Lady of the Lakes.
Yeah, William Martin's the kind of guy, he's, according to the Oakland Press anyway, capable of hitting 10 in a row. It says right here in their paper, capable of hitting 10 in a row, so let's see if he can.
Let's see, the pressure's on right now. These are the finals of the 3-point contest.
Martin was the top 3-point shooter in Oakland County in the regular season.
So you're watching the best here. And we're underway. And they both hit. So a lot of the guys getting the bugs out on the very first shot and making it.
Well, and to be fair, you really should be able to make the first one because you can start with the ball in your hand. It's the only shot you're going to get in this whole thing where you're not picking it off the rack for the shot.
And a lot of guys time it, too, on the count. Ready, set, go. And then the ball's already in the net practically.
Yeah, and you might as well, because you honestly do sometimes get to that last shot with 1.1 seconds left. You need that little bit of time.
And Martin.
Right now, neither guy lighting it up enough to make a challenge, although Martin just hit a 2. And he's on to the second to last rack, and he's hitting again.
Both players pretty much even now. 11-10. in favor of Martin, and now all tied up at 12, and he hit the 2.
Yeah, the difference is Martin has a few balls left, a few more balls left to get up to 16. And he's got a shot at getting the lead if he makes this. He could tie it with that one, and he doesn't. So Martin will be in second place right now, but still, Daryl Adams at 18, number 1.
And the last year again coming out in second place for Adams, so right now he leads.
You got to think there's a little encouragement going on with the St. Mary's guys, with Bowens being the favorite for the dunk. Maybe they want to keep this thing in the family together there. And you know they want to beat the Country Day guys big time.
The next shooter's coming up.
Number 15, Tim Lessing.
Again, they have 1 minute to shoot 25 shots.
That's Mike Scott you were looking at there, and Tim Wasilk.
Wasilk we saw for Clarkston again.
We saw his brother playing
There's
for
Mike
Oakland
Scott.
University. And now, for what it's worth,
And Wasilk.
this, I hate to jinx a guy, but Cosmo, I had a little conversation with Cosmo when Wilson left, and he picked this guy to win it all.
Okay, so let's see what happens.
Which is the
They
jinx of all
started-
time.
yeah, exactly.
It's the, guys, if you're in this thing next year, convince Cosmo not to pick you.
They're both starting out a little cold. Let's see if they can get hotter. And they start to pick up the pace now, 35 seconds left.
You got to start hitting them. If you can get into a flow, and it is a streak shooting type of thing. It's, if you've ever played basketball, if you can hit a few in a row, sometimes you can just run off 8, 9, 10 in a row. That's something Wasilk's going to have to do here on these last 2 racks. In the meantime, Scott up to 13, now 14. He's got a shot with a little luck in this last rack.
Yep.
Up to 15. He could come in second with that one.
Let's see, no. 15 fall for Scott. Wasilk still shooting. He's got the 2. That puts him at 14. So 15 and 14 respectively for Scott and Wasilk right there.
And still, Daryl Adams the man to beat. And coming up next, one of the guys I think, if you just don't know, we've already seen some guys that had high scores who didn't do so well in the final. Actually, the 2 guys, I think, as far as streak shooters, who if either one gets hot, could get up to 25. There's Jim Spatafor, the starting point guard of the state championship Country Day Yellow Jackets. That guy, Drew Hayes, 2 years in a row led Oakland County in scoring. The last guy to do that, Dugan Fife. I think the only other guy to do that recent time other than Dugan was Chris Weber. These are big-time U of M players.
A lot of big names.
These are 2 guys who, and they know it too, they're both capable of hitting 10 in a row or missing 10 in a row.
Here we go.
And Hayes starts out with making one, doesn't get the second. Spatafor hasn't made one yet. Just getting them to rim out on him. Now they both made one as they move on.
Second rack now. And the shooter's starting to get into the flow a little bit. Hayes has the edge 3-1 right now.
Well, Spatafor just hit a 2 on the second rack.
Yeah, that's all tied now. 30 seconds.
Spatafor is hitting them from up top now. Just missed that one. Now going for 2. Keeps hitting the 2s, which is keeping him alive in this thing. Got a little shooter's roll on that. Hayes heating up a little bit.
8-6 now as they go to the final rack.
And Spad's going to have to run the rack, I think. And I don't think that's going to get him the lead.
And 5 seconds, 9-7.
Up
in
to
favor of
10,
Spatafor,
looking
10.
for 12. He got 12.
So Spatafor walks off with 12.
And Hayes walks off
Drew
with
Hayes
7.
gets 7. So the players not shooting as well as that first preliminary round.
Yeah, and the people watching, they don't realize how much time there's been from the preliminary to now. There was the preliminary 3-point contest. Then there was the speech that everybody saw. Then there was the dunk prelims. Now they're shooting probably an hour, hour and a half later, maybe.
Yeah, so they needed some time to warm up.
Yeah, and they got about 10 minutes to warm up.
Our next shooter, Mike Chapelle.
Yeah, and get used to seeing him because he's in the dunk final too, I'm pretty sure. His brother Mark won the dunk a few years ago. And Chris DeMar from Lakeland. But yeah, Chapelle's brother won it a couple of years ago, and he's only a junior, one of the top juniors in the state.
Here we go. 1 minute, 25 shots.
I'm pretty sure, I'd have to check, but I'm pretty sure that Mike Chapelle's the first guy ever to make the finals in both events in the same year. Right now he's up to 4 going on to the second rack. That's good for the first rack.
And he's still got the slam dunk to go, too.
I was going to say, what's the chance of winning both? No.
5-3 now as they head to the center rack.
Didn't have as much luck on that second rack. Now you get up top, and they're both hitting them.
Here we go, 23 seconds left.
Well, DeMar's trying to get it going a little bit. Chapelle he's in great shape, except for the same problem Dane Fife had. He's going to run out of time.
Yeah, DeMar's had some trouble, too, getting the ball.
Chapelle's got 12 with a rack to go, but he's got 7 seconds to get 5 shots off. And it's just not going to happen.
Yeah, ball going in and out. Can't get that one, and that'll pretty much do it.
Yeah, he just didn't have the time to get it off. He was going great as far as making the shots to that last rack, and he was just firing those up to get them off in time. And that's another guy who's going to be back next year, maybe learn from that experience.
And now moving on.
I'm pretty sure that's all of them. I think. Is that?
And that'll do it.
That should be it. And barring some scoring error that we might have made, Daryl Adams has come back from last year's runner-up finish to take the 3-point title.
Okay, we'll get the official total for you coming up. And coming up next, the slam dunker. So stay tuned. We'll be right back after these messages.
If you wish a video cassette of TCI Sports, the cost is $25. Send a check payable to TCI, along with your name, address, and the names of the teams that played in the game, to TCI Sports Videotapes, 4500 Delamere Boulevard, Royal Oak, Michigan, 48073. Remember to tell us which game you wish to receive. And thank you for watching TCI Sports.
And we're back here at Troy High School. Dave Zorin along with Joe Abramson for the final shootout now of the three-point shooters. And
Daryl Adams right there.
No, that's not Daryl Adams.
Is it? No, that's William Martin. I'm sorry.
Martin.
That's right, because there are 3, not 2.
And Dane Fife.
Daryl Adams is going to go by himself after that, I would assume.
Yep. Here we go. It'll be Martin and Fife to shoot off. And then Adams will shoot by himself.
I think, if I heard it right, they're shooting off for the right to go against Adams.
Against Adams.
Which gives them a huge disadvantage to wear their legs out now and have to come right back and do it.
Yeah, they should have got more the first time then.
Yeah, either one of them should have made another shot.
There you go.
I'll tell you, I like Daryl Adams' chances. Yeah, from what that sound, we get headsets on. We can't quite hear everything the PA announcer's saying, but it sounds like they're shooting for the right to face Daryl Adams.
Here we go. And we're underway.
And Fife, well, he gets his second one, and right now they're tied at 1.
They tied.
Martin keeps hitting just as Fife does, and he keeps that 1-point lead. Now he hits a 2.
6-3 in favor of Martin right now. Fife with 4 now.
Martin is in fuego.
Yeah, 9-5.
Oh my! Check this out. He's not missing. Well, now he is.
11-5 in favor of Martin. He got 12-6 now in favor of Martin, and it's continuing to pile up. Both guys starting to get the points, but Martin is running away with it with 16.
Martin's going for Ocampo's record now.
Yeah. Here we go. 18. 19. We'll count it off.
Rotation. No splash. We were looking for the splash.
9 seconds left to get the rest of them off, and he might do it.
Nope.
Fife is catching up, though. He's got 13. There's 20.
20. Well, this is for 22. He's got it, though. 20 points for William Martin, the top 3-point shooter in Oakland County in the regular season. And I think he's got to go again, if we understand right. That score is not the one for Adams to beat. It's a head-to-head thing.
There's William Martin with 20 points, which puts him third, I think, today with in terms of scoring. 25
top round.
Yeah, for Jeff Jacob earlier was the high. Rashad Phillips with 21, and now 20 for Martin. But again, the point total doesn't count.
Yeah, that's cumulative. It did what it had to do. It got him to the final shoot-off.
And now, waiting to see what will happen here, whether Adams will shoot by himself or there will be a shoot-off between that man, William Martin, and Adams. So they will pause now to give him a break, I guess, a little break. And on behalf of the Troy Community Coalition for the Prevention of Drug and Alcohol Abuse, this contest and some generous contributions for the cause here by Kmart, the Daily Tribune, Oakland Press, Observant Eccentric, for Performance Resource Press, Troy School District, Athletic Department, and of course TCI Cable of Oakland County. We are bringing you this contest and some of the great athletes in the county.
Oh yeah, you know, some of these guys, two-sport athletes. Bowens, the most notable, the best football player in the state. Not one of, but the best. Going to Michigan on a football scholarship. Could have gone anywhere he wanted to go. Just a tremendous athlete. Won a state championship along with Darrell Adams, one of their top running backs for Orchard Lake St. Mary's. And, you know, had a great basketball season. Lost to Country Day early on in the playoffs.
And with the pause here, we'll be back right after these messages. Stay with us.
Vince, that new dummy cam is great.
Yeah, it'll sure give people a whole new outlook on what it's like when you don't wear a safety belt.
I think they'll get the picture.
You could learn a lot from a dummy. Buckle your safety belt.
And welcome back to Troy High School for the Oakland County Slam Dunk and Three-Point Shootout. And it is a three-point shootout right now between that man, William Martin, and Darrell Adams, who had 18 points to give him the lead. And now it is between these two guys. Now, again, Adams has not had a chance to warm up.
Not as
on the
much.
other side, Martin has had a chance to get hot, and he scored 20 points.
Question, though, did he get hot or did he get fatigued?
That's what we're going to see right now.
You know, both these guys like to fire the ball up anyway, so I don't think it's going to affect either one of them.
Adams already 2-1, now 2-2. 3-2 Adams, and again 3-3.
Yeah, it's going to go down to the wire probably. Martin, though, with the lead, and if he can get hot like he did just a couple seconds ago, Adams has to watch out, but Adams is keeping right with him.
Yep, two great shooters right here. This is it. 35 seconds.
Both of them have plenty of time at the pace they're going to get all their shots off, too. Although they've both shot enough times in this contest tonight that they ought to have that part down pat.
There's two, and it's a 14-11 in favor of Martin now.
Well, Adams tied it up right there, looking to take the lead. Well, they're both tied.
They're neck and neck going into the last
Martin
one.
was 16. Oh, Martin's got a three-point lead going into the last rack. Adams has got to hit a few. 16. Martin's. Well, I think Martin might have a clinch. I'm not sure. Adams ties it up. Martin's got to hit that, and he does to win.
Wow. Right down to the wire. Right down to the wire where Martin hits it.
Wow. That's awesome.
And the two
buzzer beater
contestants go right to center court and shake hands.
That's amazing. Adams had it, we thought, and Martin broke away. Looked like we're going to have another shoot-off. Hits the two, and that's it. And William Martin, well, the top regular season three-point shooter, is also the top postseason three-point
So maybe
shooter.
Deservedly so, and Adams having a good time. He comes in second 2 years in a row, but what a great contest that was between the two top shooters in the county.
And for all the shooting William Martin had to do, I think he needs that Gatorade.
So as the players take a break, we get ready for the slam dunk contest and the finals right after these messages. Stay with us.
Where are Pat and Brad going to be this month? You'll find out on the next edition of Roadshow Video. Each month, Pat and Brad take you to a new and interesting location. Check out what Southeast Michigan has to offer and watch some of the best hit videos on television. That's Roadshow Video, Saturday night at 9 on TCI 63.
And we're back here at Troy High School. And now, Joe, let's take a look at the slam dunk rules here.
Again, it's kind of similar to the NBA or some of the college dunk contests that you'll see, but no props or blindfolds for insurance purposes, no firm grip or sticking, which hurts guys like us with small hands.
Yeah.
Rated from 1 to 10 by a panel of expert judges who've never dunked a ball in their life. The finalists get 2 attempts. First attempt is missed, you get a second one. You only get 15 seconds to get that shot off. Your first and your final round scores are added for the total score. And again, 15 seconds to attempt the dunk. And the first guy up, Shane Battier, get used. If you don't know who he is, you haven't been paying attention.
You haven't been following
best sophomore player in the country.
That's right.
And there are people at Country Day that say he is the best player ever to play there. And considering who's been there, that's saying something.
Okay, misses his first attempt, and we'll get another one.
Again, only a sophomore, rated by a lot of people as the best in the country. Just won the state championship a week ago.
There we go.
All right, now he's got well, I guess they're going to do a little differently than they did in the prelims. You're going to go 1 through 8 and go back again.
So on the second dunk, you want to guarantee that you get a good slam. That's what he did there. And
well, let's take a look.
Shows it there.
Again, without firm grip or anything like that, you got to do a lot of two-handed stuff. And I remember Shane told me during the prelims that the balls are a little slick. These are old basketballs they're using, and you can't get a real good one-handed grip on them. You have to do a lot of two-handed stuff unless you have huge hands. Now we'll take a look at Chuck Mondo from West Bloomfield. And that's not an attempt, I don't think, but the clock is probably running. Again, you only get 15 seconds, so he's got to get the shot off pretty quick. Well, it would have been sweet.
And that's an attempt. Let's see if he gets another one. He does. I think gets one more. Yep. The judges are saying he gets one more attempt. The first one did not count because he held up.
And again, there is that clock, and they're probably a little liberal on the 15-second deal, but not too much. So, I didn't think he had a chance to even get the ball. He threw it up so high.
Right off the fingertips.
Good try, but you're not going to get a third shot.
Yep. Now moving on. Here at the slam dunk and three-point contest.
Well, this is Robert Connor from Roper. This is a guy who's got a good shot because of his height. He's 6'1". Those 6'1" guys have what's called a spud factor. Long way up, it looks a lot flashier for him than it does for a 6'10" guy, say, to make the dunk.
Here we go.
And again, he didn't make that, but if a 6'7", 6'8", 6'9" guy tries that dunk, nobody's going to think of anything about it. 6'1" guy does it. Speaking on behalf of all 6'1" people, it's impressive. Because most of us can't do it.
That's right, and I'm well below that.
There you go.
So for a 6'1" guy, a slam, and we'll see how the judges award him later on.
Got a little bit of rim with the ball. Wasn't a clean dunk, and probably takes, you never know how the judges think. Again, you get a bunch of writers who've never dunked before, kind of like us, and actually a better dunk in replay than it was live, which usually isn't the case.
And
take a look from under the basket. That's the sweet look. That's the one if the judges could see, and they don't. Maybe one or two of them that are looking over our shoulders see it. That's a key.
There's a familiar name, Jason Weber from Detroit Country Day.
Just finished his high school career with the state championship. He and Battier helped lead the way to that. And well, I know what he's looking to try to do is something I saw Shane do in the warm-ups. And if you can make this, you're going to have a great shot at getting a good score. And again, I don't think that's an attempt yet, but the clock is probably running on him.
Yeah.
Now you do the old Spud Webb dunk, throw it up, catch it.
So that is an attempt. I think he'll get one more. Now, he had a great one in the preliminaries that you saw. I unfortunately was looking the other way.
I'd like to be at a Weber family dunk contest.
Let's see what he's doing now. He's going way beyond half court.
Gosh.
And let's take a look at this.
I'm watching him palm the ball. I don't think the greasy ball matters here. He had a good grip on that ball. Oh, my.
Look at that. Oh. That's a Michael Jordan slam there. He took off and flew.
That dunk hasn't been done too many times at this level, at this contest in the years we've been doing it.
There it is.
It's not quite the free throw line, but that's an amazing dunk. Look at that. And he got high and he held on to the ball. Some seriously strong fingers to hold on to that ball.
Let's take a look. Coming
right into your living room. Great dunk by Jason Weber. Now, first guy, again, ever to be in the finals of both the three-point and the slam dunk, Mike Chapelle, and he's got a little family legacy to live up to. His brother Mark won it in 1992. Mike only a junior, so we might probably see him again next year.
Yep, in both again.
Yeah. Oh,
there's a slam. Guys hitting the boards hard, and coming up, I know you're waiting for Bowens. Dave Bowens said he was going to tear the backboard
the
off.
paper, let's quote when Bowens gets up, we'll quote the paper. But here's Chapelle. We talked a second ago about the 6'1" factor to the 6'7" factor. He's 6'7". It's a great dunk, but he's 6'7", and the crowd didn't get into it as much because of that.
And now, our next contestant, number 66, Elvin Jones.
Another guy that we saw during the year.
Yep, from Ferndale.
Again, the spud dunk, throw it up, and it's a good thing he didn't try it. There was no way the laws of physics allow him to catch the ball where it was and put it in the hoop.
Looks like he's going for the same thing again.
Yeah, all you need is a better toss, and this one's going right at it.
There it is. That's one we see a lot.
Yeah, you see it, and it's an easier dunk to do because you don't have to go up with the ball. And the fact is, you lose the ball going up, and if you're not a great leaper, it's a little less weight that you're carrying on the way up. You just catch the ball and dunk it.
Let's take a look on the replay. Good positioning, and he was sure he had that one. And let's take a look at another view coming right at you in your living room. Ball coming down.
Now catch it, turn around,
that's the key part right there, making sure he can grab it.
Get the catch. That's right. Now here's the guy I know you were really enjoying in the prelims.
Craig Urquhart, he grabbed it so quickly and threw it down. It was just almost instantaneous. He did one similar to what we just saw, but it was lightning quick. When he grabbed it, he slammed it. Let's see what he does. Boom! He's good.
And that dunk, we just talked about Jason Weber. His brother Chris did that dunk a year ago in the Rookie All-Star game. It's a great dunk. Now you think about it, you got 2 Country Day guys and you got 2 Southfield Lathrop guys, and take a look at each.
Nice.
360, one-handed tomahawk. I'd like to be like a Southfield Lathrop dunk contest against a Country Day dunk contest. And now, as you see that reverse, here's the man who won it last year. And Dave Bowens says, if I get good height and get my weight into it, the rim's coming down.
Yeah, let's
I don't know if he's bringing the rim down, but the guy is strong as an ox and can leap out of the gym. He already knows how to do the showmanship stuff. He was doing it great in the prelims, and he's the defending champ.
Here he goes. Dave Bowens heading for U of M to play football. Look at that. He wanted to.
He's not real happy with the dunk, and the crowd didn't get crazy on it either.
And they're giving him a 9 on that.
They gave him a 9 on that.
Hey, Urquhart got the 10, and there's the 9. Let's take a look.
I wonder if the ball started to fall out of his hand, because what we saw him doing in warm-ups
really
and prelims, he was killing it.
Yeah.
But again, he also might know he's coming into this with the lead, and unlike the three-point, your totals are added up, so maybe he's playing it safe just to see where he goes for the final dunk. Now we go to the second dunks for everybody, and once again, Shane Battier. And he was in the finals last year as a freshman, now as a sophomore, probably going to make it a habit and be in it 2 more years.
Battier.
That would have been sweet. He banged his finger on the rim. You can see him holding his hand there. And the cradle dunk, it's one of the greatest dunks around. Nobody ever does it down here. This is
so you can actually get hurt dunking? I wouldn't know.
I used to be able to dunk a volleyball. Yeah, I used to cut my hand up big time.
Here we go, Battier. Second attempt, puts it down.
If you just watched him, he was a little tentative on dunking that. I think banging his finger before, I wonder if he was tentative on it. But, again, he's the guy who told me those balls are slick and they are old basketballs, and he just couldn't get a grip.
Let's take a look here again.
And again, you look at the way he was cradling it. Guys don't cradle it upwards. He cradled it up like he was supporting it. Usually you cradle it down. If the ball's slick, you can't do it.
There it is
Still
again.
a good dunk.
And now Chuck Mondo.
6'2". That short factor, again, not short, but,
Yep.
That non-gigantic factor, I guess.
A lot closer than I would get. Here we go. But I'm sure he's not proud of that one. There we go.
Nice 360,
nice
no
move.
dribble.
Yeah.
No dribble with it. And
he'll get some points, though.
Yeah. Again, we have no idea where anybody's placing on this, because these are tenths of points that are going to be added up for the finals and who wins it. And you have to add in what they had in the first round. We just don't know.
And again, coming at you at home.
And in the meantime, you missed the attempt, but he didn't make it.
Yeah, Robert Connor started. He was not announced. He just went on his own.
He get a little nervous and frustrated, I think, waiting too.
He wanted to put that one down. He wanted to go quickly.
Well, a lot of times, I wouldn't know what it's like to be in this, but I think just the nerve factor. You get up there maybe if you want to get it over with. Now let's see what Jason Weber can do to top the last dunk that he had.
This is the one you want to see here.
He's got to be kidding. I don't know if you saw what he just did. He just marked
he marked the spot where he was going to start leaping.
I mean, come on. If he can, I say Bowens better watch out. No. Oh! That's even better. That's the dunk we were waiting for.
I thought he was going to make it on the shot.
Yeah, well, that wouldn't be very good, actually.
No, that wouldn't have helped him.
Let's see what he does.
Go in. Let's see.
Because again, the first time he tried it and it didn't work, so he went to something else. Let's see if he's going to try that or not. I think he's going to try a different dunk.
Yeah.
And he's a senior, so this is his last dunk contest here.
Yeah.
He's got another younger brother who'll probably be here next year.
They're going with a lot of them go to this because they want to make it.
Yeah, but I
wonder if these guys practice this.
If you're not in the lead, you got to do something crazy.
Yep.
Let's see what he does there. Oh,
hey, that's a quick
You know
one.
what? For a dunk that you see a lot, that's a pretty good effort.
That was good. He grabbed it low, about his shoulder's height, and brought it all the way back.
You know, and if you're going to do that dunk again, everyone sees it. They don't get, I don't want to say tired of it, but it's
watch where he grabs it.
The been there, done that, seen it thing.
Yeah.
Do something we haven't seen with it, which is what he did. He put a little flash into it.
He grabbed it right about at his shoulders and had to bring it all the way around. Let's take one more look at it.
Bring it down, hang a little bit. Hanging's always good. Now let's take a look at Mike Chapelle. 6'7", did the nice baseline lefty dunk first time around.
He had a nice one. Let's see what he does here.
Oh,
look at that. Airborne for a little while. That is tough to find out where the hoop is when you're spinning and then bring it right down.
We can't. He nailed all the volunteers down there.
They're giving him a 10.
Take a look at this. You know,
nice.
We try that on a layup, we don't make the shot. He does it on a dunk.
He spins around and then knows exactly where the net is. Let's take a look, coming right at you. There it is.
You know, we talked about a Weber family dunk contest. I'm sure a Chapelle family dunk contest is pretty fun too, with his brother already having one trophy at home.
Here's Elvin Jones from Ferndale. Elvin took his shirt off.
Look at that flash there. That would have been cool.
And
Elvin trying to style a little bit here.
It's not that he doesn't like the shirt. He wants one of our Troy Community Coalition shirts.
Well, I think everyone here wants a Cosmo shirt.
They want to see him do it again. He does it again. Let's take a look.
You know, it would have been sweet. I think at this point, putting the shirt on is going to use up all his time. He's running out of time.
He's going to try it one more time. Let's see.
He's going to keep it on this time?
All right.
Fans are getting into it.
They want to see it off one more time.
Is he going to do it? Yep.
He does it.
There it is.
There it is!
You know?
Got it.
That may be the first time ever that missing it helped him, because it got the excitement of the crowd and the anticipation of it. And this place went nuts. And give Elvin a lot of points for style and showmanship and everything else, and he's getting it from his teammate Rashad Phillips right now, hanging on the rim, almost kicked the backboard.
The key part was getting the shirt off, I think, Joe.
Gosh.
Let's take a look.
That's a family show, Elvin.
There we go. Yeah.
Kick that backboard. Now he's got the shirt back on already.
Now,
it is cold in here.
That's good. That's good when you have to think up something creative. He came up with it there. Let's take a look now. Craig Urquhart, one of my favorites in this one.
He's trying to get some advice from. He's getting advice from Daryl Adams. You think Adams going to help him beat out Bowens?
Really? Now Bowens, you got to like the guy, and I do. But just seeing Urquhart's quickness out there, I was impressed.
Well, again, we don't know what the lead was before and how it's going to change, but I think Bowens got to put some stuff into it.
Yeah.
And if you remember last year, he's got all kinds of dunks, and we even watched it in warm-ups and in the first round.
Craig Urquhart.
This should be the last dunk of the evening coming up here. After this one. Here's Urquhart.
Whoa.
Reverse jam and kiss both sides of the backboard.
Yeah. He knows where that bucket is.
Bring it right into you there.
Oh.
Got the Denver Nugget shorts on.
Yeah.
And here's your last dunk of the night.
Dave Bowens.
Let's see what he's got to send everybody home on.
A little off the glass, and he wants it.
I think Dave wishes he hadn't. I think he wishes he missed that shot right now.
Yeah,
He may hang on and win because of the first round, but we really are going to have to wait and see what the judges told him. We're not going to know that for a couple minutes anyway.
Yeah, we saw Urquhart with a nice dunk. Now Bowens here off the backboard.
That rim killed it, and I think he was so worried about where the ball was going that he just couldn't power it. He couldn't go with just the instinctive power that he was using before.
Yeah. There's the replay for you. And Dave Bowens finishes it off. And there we see
and we're going to have
Jones.
to wait for the totals and find out who wins.
And we'll be back with the awards presentation right after these messages. Stay with us.
Strong. To win, you've got to be smart. Maybe you can be one of us, the few, the proud, the Marines.
And welcome back to Troy High School for the Oakland County Slam Dunk and Three-Point Shootout. And now the trophy presentation to be given away by Dr. Peter Gordon, past president of the Troy Community Coalition. And he will be giving the awards. Let's go to Joe Haas, the Master of Ceremonies.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we'd like to announce the winners and present the awards for the 1995 Oakland County Slam Dunk and Three-Point Shootout. Presenting the awards this evening will be past president of the Troy Community Coalition, Dr. Peter Gordon. Here are the award winners. First, for the three-point contest. Tied for 6th place, Sean Harrington.
Sean Harrington, Joe, great effort really by all these guys in that three-point shootout. Yes, such a tough,
was there
tough
like
time.
50 some odd guys in the event, 53 to get into the top 6 or 7. Really great. Tim Wassilk, of course, had that unfortunate Cosmo jinx.
Yeah, he was picked by Cosmo to win it, and
tied for
went down to the
place,
finals.
Rashad Phillips.
Rashad Phillips, my favorite.
He'll be back next year.
From Ferndale High School.
Yeah, well, he's got another year. If they had
tied for 4th place,
distance contest.
Mike Scott.
And tied for 4th place with Rashad is Mike Scott.
Yeah, but if they had it by distance, Rashad can hit it from half court.
In 3rd place, Dane Fife.
Now you get into the big shooters. Dane Fife, who is going to be back a few times in this.
Freshman.
Great job, great poise by a freshman, and we saw that in the game against Rochester we did.
Daryl Adams.
Daryl Adams, 2nd place last year, 2nd place this year. Just a great shooter. And almost won it, too, this year, just by the
one of those two sports.
And your 1995 Oakland County three-point champion, William Martin.
And William Martin, the winner.
Again, kind of fitting if you're the top three-point shooter.
Let's give a nice round of applause to all of our three-point shooting champions.
And let's take a look at the standings. The final graphics for you here. The standings.
And now
in
here
the
are our award
three-point
winners
shootout.
for the
Real quick.
1995 Oakland County Slam Dunk
we might not be able to get them in now.
6th place,
We're gonna get the dunk
Shane
contest.
Bettier.
And let's take a look now at the Slam Dunk. Champions coming out, Sean Battier out there. Shane Battier, excuse me, I'm listening.
Yeah,
5th
Joe
place, Dave Bowens.
And Dave Bowens, who won last year, comes in 5th place this year. Had a tough time this year. Didn't get the right bounce.
4th place, Jason Weber.
Jason Weber. I'll tell you, he had a great slam taking off at right about the foul line.
Well, all three of these first three guys they mentioned were all in the finals last year as well. There's some consistency with them. Weber and
3rd
Bowens will be
place,
back. They're
Elvin
seniors.
Jones.
3rd place, Elvin Jones, who gave the crowd a little bit of excitement when he took off his shirt. Here he comes. Shirt is on right now, so you may not recognize him.
Yeah, but they will retire that shirt after the
2nd
contest.
place, Mike Chapelle.
Mike Chapelle.
And he's got another year left to equal out what his brother did.
Yeah, there he is.
But get used to the Lathrop call because it's coming again in a second.
And ladies and gentlemen, your
favorite, here he is.
1995 Oakland County Slam Dunk champion, Craig Urquhart.
And I called him in the preliminaries, Joe.
You called it right off the bat, and you were
There he
right.
is.
And he definitely earned it. He had the best dunks.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's give a big round of applause to all of our Slam
Craig
Dunk
Urquhart.
champions.
Craig Urquhart, the champion. Thanks, Joe Haas. And now Joe Abramson will get a chance to talk to these two winners. Let's take a look at the finalists real quick for the slam dunk as we see their statistics there. And we'll be back when Joe gets a chance to talk to our winners right after these messages. Stay with us.
If you wish a video cassette of TCI Sports, the cost is $25. Send a check payable to TCI, along with your name, address, and the names of the teams that played in the game, to TCI Sports Videotapes, 4500 Delamere Boulevard, Royal Oak, Michigan, 48073. Remember to tell us which game you wish to receive. And thank you for watching TCI Sports.
And once again, welcome back to Troy High School. Let's take a look at our three-point finalists again and our winners right there for you. And some big names around the county. And now our slam dunk finalists. And what a contest it was this year. Probably one of our best contests in terms of talent and what they showcased here tonight. And down on the court, Joe Abramson has two of our best, our winners of the slam dunk and the three-point contest. Joe?
Oh yeah, and fittingly this year, a couple of seniors win it. And first we're going to talk to the three-point champion, William Martin. You were the top three-point shooter all season long in Oakland County, and you just told me something I couldn't believe. You haven't shot a ball since the season ended. How'd you get ready for this thing?
Just all the man thing, you know. I've been in it for a year, so I feel I got to take one home.
Well, there you go. And I tell you, this is probably the most exciting one we've ever seen. You had to have a extra shootout just to get into the final, which you kind of ran away with that. Then it came down to the last shot. Were you aware that last shot that you had a little time that you had to make it?
Yeah, I seen it was 20-20, and I didn't see him with no more ball, so I just put up the last one. Just took my time on the last one. I had 6 seconds left, so either I made that one, we had to do it all over again. My arms couldn't make no more.
I was saying, with that extra round, did that wear you out? Were you a little tired in that final?
Yeah, I shot 3 times, and he only shot once. He was fresh. That's what I was worried about. But I seen after it was 5-3, I said I got him. He was more nervous than I was.
And now he's got the Cosmo shirt and he can brag to all his friends. That's better than winning the trophy, isn't it?
Yeah, it's all right.
All right, now we're going to talk to the slam dunk competition champion, Craig Urquhart. Dave Zorn picked you in the prelims just by watching you warm up, and you weren't the top favorite coming in. You were one of the top favorites. What happened in the finals? First of all, on your first dunk, you kind of got the crowd going with all your stuff. Did you prepare a lot for this contest?
No, I didn't, to be honest with you. I had a plan set already. I've been waiting on this since the beginning of the basketball season, so I had my mind made up on what I was going to do, and I told everybody I was taking it back to Southfield. So.
Well, yeah, your top competition was your own teammate, Mike Chapelle, who tried to sneak his way into this interview, but we kind of told him if you don't win, you don't get interviewed, and he's got another year to go. But was this something you guys maybe had a little thing going during the year with the little dunk competition?
No, in practice, you know, we used to do it a little bit, but we really didn't prepare as much as we should have, but, you know, I came out with the victory, so I'm all right. I
guess you prepared enough. What happened on both your first and second dunks? Did you have a plan on either of those, or was it just kind of make it up as you go?
Yeah, those two were just kind of, I'm going to just go out there and please the crowd and try to get myself hyped. So that's what I did, and, hey, it paid off.
And a great way to finish off your high school career.
Right.
Great. Well, there you have it. Craig Urquhart, the 1995 Oakland County Slam Dunk Competition champion, and William Martin, the three-point champ. Now we're going to send it back over to Dave.
Okay, thanks, Joe. And two guys working hard tonight as the competition was tough to win this one. It's the Oakland County Slam Dunk and three-point shootout, sponsoring and proceeds going to the Troy Community Coalition. And this year was a great one. Hope to see you later on this summer when we'll be doing the All-Star game between the Macomb County and between the Oakland County players. That'll be coming up later on this summer, so watch for that. And for Joe Abramson, I'm Dave Zorn. For all of us here at TCI Sports, thanks for tuning in. We'll see you later this year. Bye-bye.